All right, awesome. Thank you all, everyone. I'm super excited about this AGM because for the first time ever, I'm not the one hosting it. It's such a pleasure to have like me essentially run the whole club for this entire year, and I'm guessing this is like officially making sure that she takes it over. Literally, I've been given 4 slides, so I'll make sure to introduce the AGM. This is the sixth AGM that we've done. We've done it every year since we launched in 2020, and I think whole club has transformed into something that we never thought possible. And that's because of many of you on this call, many of you who come in day out, deploying capital, like founders, introductions. So yeah, thank you all for coming here every year. We will keep doing this for as long as possible, and I'm very excited to take it over. To pass it over to Folakemi, as she'll be running the entire. She's been running the club for a year now, but also she'll be running the AGM. Next slide, please. The agenda is not too different from what we've done in the past. We'll talk to you about HoaQ, how this year has been. Very good news. A lot of highlights, very few lowlights, which is quite impressive. Nubi will run you through the bingo. We'll talk about the Ask Warehouse. We'll talk about the fund. And we'll talk about the 2026 priorities. But before that, I think there's a section where we will ask you what you want us to do in 2026. So please keep that at the back of your mind as we're running through the AGM. We'll have an open discussion, of course, that as we always do, and close it off. We'll try to keep this under an hour. So we'll really, really appreciate your participation. House rules, same thing. Please mute your mics and turn on your camera if possible. If you have any question, please use the chat box. Please just let it flow as we run through the session. Now, would you rather we do this every year, A or B? Would you rather give up social media for a year or give up music for a year? Please use the chat box to pick what you would give up a year. Yeah, I think it's a this one is a very easy one because I see a lot of people giving up social media, people taking social media breaks, which is naturally, somebody would give up both. Hold on. Please pause. I don't know about Wale. Wale, now I don't trust you anymore. But I think the majority of the answers are A, which is kind of obvious. Next one before I pass it over. Would you rather have unlimited first-class flights or unlimited 5-star apartment stays? That's going to be it for me, man. Yeah. I have to tell you, for somebody who flies economy sucks. So just by the fact that I fly economy way too many times because I can't afford anything else, I will go for A. Yeah, but like the plane though, if you fly too much, you know. All right. Thank you all for your participation. Thank you all for your feedback. Folakemi, thank you so much for all the work that you've done this year. Thank you for keeping the club alive. I feel like since you took over, this club is performing much, much better than Nivi and I. But hey, before I give it to you, I just want to let everybody know that, like myself, Newbie, and one day the entire team, we truly believe in what HoaQ is and what HoaQ does. HoaQ is probably the reason why a lot of people know me. HoaQ is most likely the reason why I started Borderless. HoaQ has been pretty much one constant in my life. And what I'm trying to get to is the entire team will be here supporting Folakemi. You know where to find me. You know where to find us in Slack. But yeah, it's been such a pleasure just seeing how this club is blossoming under the leadership of Folakemi. And I will pass it over to her to run you through how 2025 has been. Over to you, Folakemi.
And thank you so much. Oh, thank you for your kind words. I think that it was great to, just get settled into the AGM with kind words. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. Today, we'll just be running you through what we've done this year, what next year looks like for us at HoaQ, and the things that you do want to see. I hope not. Okay, perfect, perfect. I'm already in 2026, so I don't know about everyone else. But again, thank you everyone for joining us. Yes, for us to get started, for those of you that are joining us for the very first time, we don't know who we are, which I highly doubt, but just for the sake of
Sorry,
HoaQ Club is a community of creators and
Fahimi,
operators backing
you're
entrepreneurs
still
in
having
building scalable.
issues. I think if you log out and log back in, you can do it better.
Okay. Can everyone hear me?
So much better.
Great, great, great. Thank you. I was going to blame somebody, but there's no need to mention the person I'm going to blame on this call. But I'm in Lagos, guys. So apologies. All right. So this year has been great for us at HoaQ. We've seen so many people come back to angel investment. We've seen that the ecosystem is booming, and we're so excited to be in the center of it. Just before I get into what the year looked like for us, and it's been great to be at the forefront, especially with my team as well, to just pioneer HoaQ and continue to do that over the next couple of years. So for those of you that don't know who we are, HoaQ Club is a community of creators and operators that back in businesses building for Africa and for Africans. We are a community of mostly diasporans that are backing businesses that are building for the Africa that we want to see. We started HoaQ in 2020. I joined HoaQ in 2021. So Newbie and Joe, just a quick background, Newbie and Joe started HoaQ just to invest in startups. And since then, we've seen that we've grown to over 850 angel investors across the world that are backing businesses building for Africa and for Africans. We currently have over 120 portfolio companies with over $4 million deployed in the last 5 years, and investors, over 850 investors across 35 countries. And we've seen 11 exits over those times. Different types of exits, we've seen secondaries, we've seen, but we've seen exits. What's in it for you as an investor? One, access to a thriving ecosystem. We are not only sharing investments with you, we are also ensuring that we are putting you in the faces of the right people that are building for Africa and for Africans, not only in Africa here, but across different continents. We also give you a sense of purpose. You can invest as low as $1,000. I think that's one thing that people don't remember. You can invest as low as $1,000 into this startup. And you don't even need to do investments just immediately you join. You can fill out the community, use the community and leverage the community as much as you want to over time. Next slide. Now to 2025 in review, we've seen last year we did $80,000, if I'm not mistaken, in investment last year. So there was a drop in investment as of this time last year. But this year we're seeing that the numbers are coming up again. People are investing again. And this year we did a total capital of $326,000 into 12 unique deals. Maximum check size this time around was 100K and the minimum check size was 10K, with an average check size of 36,000 that we've seen this year. We brought over 30 deals to the community. If you're a member of HoaQ and you've used the Slack, you know that just before we share deals, we use the decks and leads to ensure that we are sharing the deals that you want to see with you first before we then bring it to the community. One thing we pride ourselves in not doing is not wasting anybody's time. So if we do bring you, we'll share you at decks and leads for the community to see, and then we would invest in you. We also did some follow-on investments this time around. We did 3 follow-on investments. If you're familiar with our thesis, you know that we invest from pre-seed to Series A. So we invest in you super early and also come on your rounds as much as we are able to. So we do follow-on investments as well as early stage investments. Our top investment destinations for this year was the UK and Nigeria. We saw 97 new angel investors in our community this year, and we are continuing to grow. We saw 2 exits this year. If you're any of the investors, I'm sure you know how much was returned to you. And this is just a testament of the work that we're doing, ensuring that you're backing these businesses early, not only watching them scale and grow, but you're also getting a return on investment as you move along. We also held 5 internal fiscal events. So outside of investments, money to money, money exchanging hands, we also ensure that we bring our community together. So if you're in a new state, if you're in a new country, you need people that you would like to relate with, HoaQ is the place for you. Outside of investments, we also ensure that we bring people together to educate them and also to ensure that they are growing in their different fields. Currently, we have over 850 community members, like I mentioned. We saw over 850 pitch submissions. If you're in the startup world, you can imagine what that looks like, where we reviewed over 850 startups and only brought over 30 of them to the community. We closed 12 deals this year. We also touched down in different countries this year. We're in Nairobi, we're in London, we're in Paris, San Francisco, Dubai, and we will be doing more next year. So if you're a member of the community, if you would like to join the community, add us on our newsletter, on our socials. We'll just be sharing details of what next year in terms of events would look like, as well as every other things. Next slide, please. Yes, these are the companies that we backed this year. We backed Borderless, we backed Honor Kids. Honor Kids was a follow-on deal as well. We also backed Catalog, Chowdeck. Chowdeck, this is our third investment in Chowdeck. We started investing in them super early, and we've still followed on all of their rounds up until now, which is the Series A round. We also invested in Stride, Mainstack, Chipmango, Tembo. Tembo is also a follow-on deal, Bite Size, Sojo in the UK, Go Lemon, as well as Money. Did anyone see the Child and Go Lemon partnership? I think we're bringing people together. We're bringing people together. Looking forward to what that's going to bring. Next slide, please. HoaQ Fund. I don't think a lot of people know that we do have a fund. We currently have a $5 million fund, which aims to invest in founders who are building tech and tech-enabled startups for Africa and its diaspora. The HoaQ Fund has backed over 17 companies. 13 of them are active startups. We did one follow-on investment from the fund this year, and we've seen 2 shutdowns. The fund had one follow-on investment in 2025. They participated in strategic ecosystem events such as ATS, Oxford, Google AI, Gitex, or GTEx, not really sure how that's pronounced, London Tech Week, as well as the Builder Summit. The fund has over 32 limited partners and has seen 2 exits since they started in 2023. Next slide. Yes, it's been a really busy year for the fund. Like I mentioned earlier, we are not just doing investments, we're also connecting people, ecosystem players, operators, professionals as well. This year we did events in London, which saw over 250 people. Imagine London where it's cold, everyone has a jacket on, and 250 people showed up. We did the same thing in Nairobi, where we had a little mixer for our founders and investors that were around for the ATS. We also did something in Dubai. In Dubai, we did like a shooting range. So we're switching things up and doing things differently. We did things differently in 2025. Next slide, please. We're also in San Francisco, we're in Paris, we're in Lagos as well. In Lagos, we did a roundtable. In San Francisco, we did a mixer for all those that are in the Bay Area. And in Paris, we did something around the Viva Tech Week. Next slide. Yes, we are not only doing things physically, but we're also growing online as well. This year, we saw that our LinkedIn has grown over 42%, Twitter as well as Instagram, as well as our mailing list, TikTok, and YouTube. So you cannot say that you don't see our content anywhere, because everywhere you are, we are also there. Even though we started this with, would you give up social media? Please don't give us social media. We also need you on our social media. So if you've not followed us yet, you can just follow us on all our social media, on TikTok, on YouTube. YouTube, you'll be able to see all of our past sessions. We host an AMA session every last Thursday of the month, and we upload all of these sessions on YouTube. So if you need to go back and see and watch them, please do. They are all on our YouTube. Our mailing list, we have a mailing list where we share details with you bi-weekly, every two weeks. So we're sharing new things, we're sharing deals, we're sharing what's happening in the ecosystem, just for you to stay connected with the ecosystem. Join our mailing list as well as all our other social media platforms. Next slide. Yes, this year we've been privileged to be sponsored. I want to give a big shout out to our headline sponsor for the year 2025, which is Money Points. Thank you very much, Money Points. You made a lot of things possible for us. And we also like to thank our other sponsors. We had Mainstack, we had Lemfi, we had Cloudplexo, and we also had other partners as well, other community partners that we leverage this year for all our physical events, our virtual events. And we want to just give a big shout out to all of these people, and we hope to see you soon. Next slide. Yes, like I mentioned earlier, we have AMA every last Thursday of the month. And I just want to say a big thank you to all of you that showed up for our AMAs, that shared your knowledge. It was great to have you speak on any of the sessions, and we hope to see you next year. And thank you very much. Next slide. Yes, thank you very much, everyone. That's just a brief view of what we did in 2025. We'll be sharing our annual reports, which carries all of the details, all of the numbers that you would like to see, as well as more. We will be sharing that by next week. So if you are not yet subscribed to our newsletter, you know that if you want to see all of this in more detail, just feel free to subscribe to our newsletter, and it will be sent to you ahead of this. I feel like I've been talking for a very long time, so I'll just give it a bit and pass it on now to Newbie to take on the HoaQ bingo.
All right. Thank you so much, HoaQ. Again,
Sorry, just before you continue, I want to see who gets it the most. Like whoever gets the highest, we'll see what we can do for you going into New Year. I'm feeling very generous. It's Christmas, so let's see.
All right. All right. Thanks again, HoaQ. Just want to echo what Joe had said about just a big shout out to you stepping into this leadership role as a general manager for HoaQ, and all of the amazing things that have happened this year. I'm just looking through the slides so far. I'm like, yes, indeed, it's been an amazing year. And shout out to you, and also the rest of the team and the community, everyone, for coming riding together to make this an amazing one. All right, so I think this is again we ride on being generous, the same generous spirit of generosity as HoaQ. This is where we try to understand and see who our most active people are, or how much are actually engaged with us at HoaQ. I would just go through the bingo cards, and then at the end, just let us know in the comments if you have how many points you've had so far. So if you've ever attended an HoaQ meetup, that's 5 points. That's a HoaQ meetup. This is an in-person thing now, not online. So HoaQ meetup in person. You can see the glass clicking there. So you gave a toast and you met people, you had fun. That's 5 points. If you've ever attended an AMA session for this year, so this is 2025, please don't go back to the last year calendar. This year, one of the amazing AMA sessions where I learned a lot from the panel of speakers and topics that we touched on this year. So if you became true for any of the AMA sessions this year, that is 5 points as well. I don't know about private HoaQ meetups. Did we? We're now we need private HoaQ meetups, so please let's keep this in the lights. No private gatherings, please, guys. So that's again 5 points for AMA sessions. If you've ever met a founder at one of our Meet the Founder sessions, we actually always post this as a way to get to know the people behind the deck, to see why they're building what they're building, and also we host this when we bring deals. So if you ever attended any of the Meet the Founder sessions, that's another 5 points. Let me just check in so far. Does anybody has 15 out of 15 so far? If you have 15 points so far, just put it in the comments so we know how we're tracking along. If you have 15 points out of the 3 bingo cards so far? Put it in the comment. Let's see. Anyone? I don't think anyone on the team counts. That's your job. You have to show up. Anyone else? Anyone gotten 15 points so far? Okay, we have one person down the line in the running. We have Vale. Okay, we don't have a last man standing yet. Okay, let's go to the next one. If you've ever listened to episode of the Courage podcast, so this is a limited series podcast that we did last year, and we actually interviewed a couple of founders, operators in the space and all, who actually just shared why they did. I mean, what it took to actually get out of the gates to turn their ideas to companies. If you've listened to any of the podcasts, please, that's 5 points. If you've not, please go check them out on Spotify, on YouTube, anywhere you listen to your podcasts, you can find it there. So that's 20 points if you've gotten all 4 bingo cards so far. We'll go quickly to the next one. If you ever read an article on HoaQ Circle, and if you're wondering what is HoaQ Circle, well, that's if you don't get the 5 points. If you don't know, let me plug you into it now. We have these amazing thought pieces, opinion pieces that we publish on LinkedIn. If you're one of our LinkedIn followers, you will have seen this. So if you're not, go follow us on LinkedIn. But we publish these articles called HoaQ Circle. I'm just sharing again knowledge about the industry, thought pieces, opinion pieces, interviews, lists, and things like that. That's very useful in your enablement. So if you actually have read an article, please go check it out. That's another 5 points. So how are we doing? We're now up to 25 points. Anybody on 25 out of 25? 25 out of 25? Anyone? I think that HoaQ Circle one would have broken a lot of streaks. Oh, wow. Okay, Victor, shout out to one person there. 25 out of 25. Well, who else? Is Victor the last man standing? Is Mr. Victor the last man standing, or anyone also have 25 points? Oh, sorry, Wale. 25 points only. No second place here. Wow. So we can stop the show now since we have just one winner. Who else has 25 points? Going once. Oh, 30. Okay, I've never got into 30 yet. All right, let's keep going. If you follow us on social media, on any of our platforms, so X, LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube, everywhere, if you follow us, that's another point. That's 30 points, which Chris claims to have. So I guess we'll keep going. And then if you've explored any of our resources on HoaQ Academy, again, this is where we actually have curated resources, materials, videos, articles, to just, again, help you with your enablement as an angel investor, curating your, put together your thesis, assessing deals and things like that, hearing from our investors as well. If you've ever explored the HoaQ Academy, then that's another 5 points. If you don't know where to find this, you can go on our website and navigate through the menu, and you'll find you directed to HoaQ Academy. That's another 5 points. So we're now up to 35 points. Anyone at 35 points? 35 points, guys. Anyone? But like I'm going to go with our money. It's not going to give anybody our money. Guys. Come on, guys. 35 points. Yes, there is money here. But please, we really want to tell us. One of our values is you have to be radically transparent, and we don't like it. Okay, well, anybody with 35 points, it's not HoaQ coin, it's cash. We're giving cash here, guys. Wow, Victor, 35 points. Okay. All right. I'm getting suspect about this HoaQ Academy HoaQ Circle combination, but let's say the last one. If you've met any of our community members randomly, so think about Airport Lounge, think about Corner Store, think about Suya Spot on the street of Lagos, think about maybe you went to church or you went to you just randomly ran into another HoaQ community member. If you have done that, if you experienced that this year, that's another 5 points. So anyone's on 40 points. Anybody 40 points. Anyone of 40 points? Wow. So for lucky, I guess you get to keep your money because it seems like Victor has 35 out of 40, except you're generous to him to 35. Oh, we have to the oh, we have 35. We have 35. Oh. Well, okay. Well, it's been great playing. I think we have three winners. We have to decide. Yeah. So we have Victor, Chris, and Wale. Five out of the 40 points. And then we'll go from there. Well, congratulations, guys. Let's do better next year for those who didn't have enough points. Try to come through for our HoaQ meetups. We will be hosting a number of them next year. Attend a AMA session. Please, we're always send that out as well. Please register and come through. Meet the founder sessions. We're having that with deals. Go check out the podcast on Spotify. Go read an article on LinkedIn. Follow us on social media. Check out HoaQ Academy over the holidays. That's good Christmas break reading. And then, yeah, just again, when you see someone with somebody from HoaQ outside, just again, give them a shout out and yeah, tell them well done. All right, guys, move on to the next slide. Well, congratulations to our three winners. You can see Polaka in the DMs. All right. So what would you like to see us do in 2026? And before we actually shared what we're planning for next year, I thought we'd just open the floor a little bit and give maybe like 2-3 people a chance to share what they would like to see us do in 2026. You can also use the comments as well. I can say it out. But if not, you can raise up your hand and we'll call 2-3 people as to what would you like to see us do in 2026. We'll take 3 people. Okay. We've got one. Any other persons? Okay, Asta says more healthcare deal flow. Yeah, healthcare is always a tricky one. Healthcare, ed tech. Yeah, we'd have to show some love to those critical, essential sectors and industries. If you know anyone building in those spaces, please give us a shout. Deals and decks on our channel on our Slack. If you know any founder that we should be speaking to, please give us a shout. Prop tech as well. Yeah, we'll definitely be noting that. I'll call on Maya. You want to just again verbalize what you think we should be doing next year, or what you'd like to see next year.
Hi, Nubi. Just from me, could we possibly see more African founders building in developed markets? Just because the path to acquisition and IPO potentially is much greater there. Just so there's a mix.
I hear you. I think it'd be like Bite Size would be, for me, an example of a deal that would be this year that might be in that category. African founders building in the US, in the food space, very easy target acquisition for Uber, for DoorDash, for the likes as well. So yeah, definitely hear you on that. And that's why a diaspora community actually also makes sense for this. So please, if you know any amazing guys building things out of the US, out of emerging markets, LATAM, Southeast Asia, like please give us a shout. And yeah, definitely agree with you with that. We'll keeping our eyes peeled on that. We can take 2 more. Anyone wants to actually just verbalize what we'd like to see more of. I'm seeing the Middle East, Riyadh. Oh, that was Radar. Sorry, I read that as Riyadh. Okay, but yeah, the Middle East is interesting. I'm out here in Dubai, so definitely keeping my eyes peeled. Maybe some kind of like JV type thing going on next year. We'll see. All right. Any other persons? We can take one or 2 more before we move on to what we have planned. Okay. Yeah. Thanks for the plug there. If we see it out, we'll definitely check that out. All right. Okay. Let's go to the next slide. Yeah, so what are our priorities for 2026? I'll just run through these slides. I'll start from the club. And we'll try to keep this very, very, like we've kept the list very short, just so you can help us with focus. We had a team sync, leadership sync last week, and we're having another one tomorrow. And one thing we talk about, like, can we, like, less should be more? Let's be focused. Let's do a few things that would really help move the needle. And so for HoaQ Club, we want to just, again, want to maintain disciplined data-formed approach to sourcing, reviewing, and presenting deals to the community. We want to make sure we've done the hard work and just again make sure we're bringing quality deals to the community. And so can we discipline our approach? Can we leverage data in how we source and review and present this to you? So you'll be seeing more of that in how we bring about deals next year. We want to also improve how members engage with deals by providing clearer memos, better access to founders, stronger post-deals communication. Because again, this is really going to be key in how we see deal participation. And so we want to actually double down on that area as well. And finally, I want to provide members with better insights into their portfolio performance, progress updates, follow-on opportunities where relevant, even exits or liquidity events, even if it's not on a startup level, maybe more within the deal. So again, watch out for more of that as well next year. Moving on to the next HoaQ events. So again, we've seen that again, community is a big part of what we do, and so how can we be more intentional with our events and meetups? And so we'll focus on consistent, well-curated AMAs, knowledge sessions, and deliver clear value to you. And so being thoughtful and intentional with how we bring about speakers, the topics we cover, and so you'll see more of those quality productions and content in 2026. We also want to curate smaller, large and high trust meetups. So I mentioned health tech, for example, so can we be more intentional, just go deep into health and see, okay, can we bring in the stakeholders, the builders, the operators, investors in that space and really see what we can do there. Also local events, strengthening relationship between, again, key markets that we operate in, and even markets that we don't really pay attention to. So we'll see more of that as well. And then finally move beyond attendance to participation by creating events that foster meaningful connections between members, founders, and partners. So we don't want to be like a tick box exercise, okay, I've registered, I've showed up, but that's it. Like it's really, again, how do we drive engagement and meaningful connections where you can go away from an event, say, I've got some value, I've met people that will make me make progress in whatever venture I'm on. All right, the next one. We have some HoaQ initiatives. So we had mentioned things like HoaQ Circle, HoaQ Academy. So again, for that, we say I would just again double down on those things. So HoaQ Academy, talent supports, and founder enablement programs that equip startups. Right now, it's really about not just deploying capital, but helping founders in very meaningful ways. And so how can we do that? Supported with knowledge, with skills, with the access that they need to build. And then second one is just leverage your HoaQ community to facilitate meaningful connections that unlock funding, talents, placements, partnerships, market access, and also the diaspora community as well. And then finally, just building strategic partnership. Again, you saw on the partner slides there, not too many partners, but really strategic and really help move the needle. So how can we be more intentional around just, again, working with the right partners that help deliver measurable ecosystem impacts as well. So it's not all just fugazi, but really, really like needle moving partnerships. All right. And then the fund, it's been a busy year for the fund. Shout out to Year One Day. And we brought on actually two people to support the fund, like Venture Ops and Venture Associates. So it's been an amazing year, and only looking to build even more on the back of that next year. So the fund will be focusing on portfolio performance tracking and operational support. We saw the Chow Deck again, Chow Deck, Golemon partnership. Can we see more of that? Can we see cross collaborations and even helping to cross-sell, co-sell, upsell, and even expand together as well. We'll continue to strengthen ecosystem and key stakeholder partnerships. Again, the African people that says you want to go fast, you go alone. You want to go far, you go together. So how can we bring others on board to go with us? And then finally, continue to support portfolio companies through active engagement, strategic support, and follow-on capital. I'm very happy to see that in our deployments for this year, there are a number of follow-on investment from the fund, from the club. I want to again see how we can do more of that to just again help this startups grow towards their exits and liquidity events. All right, I think there's that's it on the HoaQ side. Very, very close to our hearts, sister company. We know during the bull the bear run, we saw, again, we're looking for other asset classes. And yeah, thanks for the vision for Joe Kimby and a bunch of other people. Diaspora House was born. And so Diaspora House is a real estate investment community that invests in real estate assets across Africa. And it's Diaspora Prime Cities. So think Lagos, Nairobi, London, Dubai, and the likes. So the community not only owns and manages these assets, but also generates rental income from short-term lending that will be distributed to investors each year. And so it's been amazing to see how this has been growing. There are now 2 properties in Nairobi, and there's plans to add more in Cape Town and even more cities. So if you want to learn more about that, please do reach out. We have there's a WhatsApp group. There's also an email that you can actually shout out. We'll drop the links and things for you in the channel. If you're also planning to visit Nairobi, please do check it out as well. If you know someone visiting as well, plug them. We have perks and again rewards for people that refer people as well who stay in the property. So yeah, it's a win-win for everyone. So do check out Diaspora House. Yeah, I saw the link has been put there as well if you want to join the syndicate on Borderless. Yeah. All right. So this is where we kind of open the floor to see if anyone have any questions on what we've shared so far. Like Falake mentioned, we'll be having the HoaQ annual reports shared next week that would have all of the information that we've shared so far and even more information on the numbers, on the initiatives, on the plans, and people as well. So if you've not subscribed to our newsletter, if you're not following us on socials, please do, and you'll get that in your inbox. But for now, if there are any questions for myself, for Falake, for Joe, for the team, actually, we'll take those questions now. So you can also either raise your hand to ask, or you can also ask the chat and we'll get those as well.
Ask if someone wants to be a member of the club, what should you do? So if you go on our website, HoaQ.co, I will drop that here. Just submit your application and we will get back to you.
Your robot's voice is back. You want to but yeah, like I was saying, you can also you can use the link in the chat. That's the hub.borderless.com, and you can join HoaQ on there. There's also the website HoaQ.co. It has the link to learn more information on there as well. Okay, yes, it's okay.
Hi, Nubi. Hello, everyone. My question, can you give a bit more? I know you do not share the actual exits that happened, but can you give a bit more context? So what was the liquidity event, and maybe how long was it between when they raised and when these exits now happened, just to have an idea?
I shall default to our general manager on that.
Hi, how are you doing?
Hi, Joe.
Hi. Two prime liquidity event that we had this year. One was a company that we invested at a Series A. We invested at pre-seed and exit at a Series A. We invested back in 2022. A very small check. The following year, the company raised a seed, and then earlier this year, they raised a Series A. So it took just under 3 years to exit that investment opportunity. The return net to investors was 8 times their money, i.e., if you put in $1,000, you are receiving about $8,000 back, which was quite. And I think for us, it was also the first time when I say we, Newbie and I actually made some decent money out of HoaQ. The way we really want to make money is through carried interest. Yes, you pay your membership, you pay your fees. That kind of keeps the club running. But where we want to win is if an investment turns out successful, we take a percentage of your gains. And oftentimes we split these percentages with anybody who was a venture partner. So there was a venture partner on that deal. And I think the split was, I think it was like 30% to the venture partner, 30% newbie. So it was a really good one for us. The second one that we had, which was probably the biggest one, it's a secondary sale. We sold a secondary to the company. It was slightly over $150,000. So we invested in that company also in 2021. We invested in 2021, and then we did the secondary. We finished the secondary earlier this year. What that means is, so we only sold a small portion of our investment, which investors did really well depending on when they invested. So we invested in that company twice. We invested in 2021 and also 2022. And I remember Nubi and I essentially begging this founder to give us an allocation because we knew that it was a great company. And yeah, also we made some carry there and we paid out some investors. For that same company, we are also doing a very limited secondary before the end of this year. It's a smaller amount, but there are some people who want to sell. There are some people who want to buy. So what we're trying to do is, how do you facilitate internal liquidity events? Because the way we're structured, we can't do it externally, but you can do it within the HoaQ ecosystem. So for a lot of people who don't know that we do this, there's a lot of companies that we've invested in. And if you have access to capital and you find some of our most successful companies, you can actually buy as long as there's a willing seller within the whole community. We can't do it externally, but we can do it internally. So those are the two ones. I think we paid out over 200,000, which was great. I think many people were excited to get money back, and that's the ethos of HoaQ. We want to be able to pay out as many people, because when they make money, we make money. We are actively trying to figure out how to provide liquidity to investors. So if you invest in a company, or you don't want to sell everything, you can sell a small piece of what you own. And a lot of this will be facilitated through Borderless, which is the platform that I've been building for the past 2-3 years. So yeah, I hope that gives enough context.
Yes, it does. Very helpful. Thank you, Joe.
No problem.
All right. We can take questions from Marvelous.
Okay, hi Nubi, good afternoon or good evening. I'm Marvelous from SurgeX, and I just have a question. What criteria currently determines whether HoaQ deepens support in portfolio companies beyond capital?
I think that's a default. We don't pick who we support or we don't. So everybody that we back gets supported. There's no criteria of we get support or not.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. There's some questions in the chat. Is there potential for another round for bite size? I don't know if okay, when I can shake it ahead.
Time. The ground is really fully subscribed. Would you reach out and just let you know? Just for final check-ins.
Yeah, just keep an eye out. Sorry, for your audio is still off. I didn't want to do people and join again. Yes, that ship has sailed. But as we see with most of the deals that we do follow on. So if there is a follow-on deal for bite size, which I will not be surprised there will be, we'll definitely reach out and then you can participate at that time. Do we invest in prop tech startups? Yes, we've done a few in the past, and if we find any interesting ones, we would do again. So please reach out if you're building in that space. And then we'll have a live question from Yomi Ojo.
Yes. So my question is very simple. How do you join the community?
Okay, so there's a link which we'll add again. So there's a link in the chat that app.onborderless.com/share-oxy.
Thank you.
So once you click on that, you can actually join the community. There is also the Slack community as well for communication, but the deals, participating in deals, seeing what's on the and getting updates on what deals you've done is all managed on Borderless. So yeah, you can do that there.
Yeah.
Thank
you for that. I was actually asking about the Slack, by the way, but I'll check this out as well.
Yeah, so it's once you join the on Borderless, you get access to Slack afterwards. Yeah, it happens afterwards.
Thank you.
Cool. I know your name is not NBC Healthcare, but you want to say your name and yeah, that will be helpful.
Yeah, good evening, Nubi. My name is Samson. Thank you so much.
Hi,
My
Samson.
name is Samson. Yeah, thank you. I just wanted to ask a quick one just to be sure, right? So, we're trying to pilot with some secure partners, and so we're currently looking to raise an angel round. So, do you have like a specific maximum cap we could, possibly or probably raise within the community? Just wanted to be sure.
Yeah, so we don't have a minimum maximum. It's all community interest. So what you want to do is reach out to the HoaQ team. So we can drop again the link for you to do that. But once you reach out to us, like we said, we'll talk to you with have that conversation. We don't have a high level thesis of what we invest in. So again, technical know-how, large markets, traction, and things like that. So once we have that, this is our first base level conviction. We draft a memo, we bring the deal to the community through Borderless, and based on level of interest, we also host the media founder session, just to exactly get to know you, understand why you're doing what you're doing, asking questions, and then based on those things, the level of interest is conveyed as commitments and wires, and so yeah, it's really a community thing. The people. The voice of people, the voice of God. So yeah, the community decides. So again, we would drop the link of how you can get that process started. And you can always reach out via email at hello.hoaq.co as well. All right,
Thank you so much.
Awesome. Just for time, we'll just take, I think we have like 2 more slides to wrap up. Just want to first start with next slide. Yeah, just want to just shout out for a number of people that actually like really helped us this year in moving the needle. We first shouted those that did the AMAs, just come sharing their gems. But a lot of people also just have partners that we partnered with. So on the slide here, you see some names from people that actually partnered with us for events, supported us with products, services, partnered with us in even just again building further the ecosystem. A few shout outs there, like even Chris who's on the call tonight. We still read one from Lemfi and other names as well. But there's also a special box for you because again, it all takes a village. It's not just these people, but we're just celebrate these ones. And again, say thank you to everyone really who's made 2025 possible. And then it takes again a team you've seen myself on this call, you've seen Joe, you've seen Folake, but again, there's a larger team here at HoaQ. So Folake is stepping into the general manager role and has been really thriving and taking us leaps and bounds. Zainab helps with our marketing. So if you've seen anything on socials and all, she's the brains behind that. We have Bolutife and Maria, who I mentioned earlier, came on this year to help year one day in managing the fund. And just make sure we have a very quality pipeline of the deals that we bring and assess. Everything fantastic and beautiful looking is Favor. She really came and leveled up our branding and design. So thanks Favor for that. And then yeah, so the three musketeers, Joe, myself, and you, Ade. Yeah, it's been a year, but we also know that yeah, it's only better from here. I was looking at one of the charts in the annual reports, which you would see. We actually started in 2020 and we had like this massive spike to 2021, and it was just downhill from there until this year when it actually turned around, and we're seeing things pick up again. So is that an indicator that we are shifting back from bear market to bull? Maybe. So we're tracking and we'll track that along. But yeah, again, a big shout out to everyone who's made all of this thing possible. I will pass it back to you and to Folake to give us any closing remarks as we close for the evening. But yeah, thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you so much, Nubi. Can everyone hear me or
Yes. Your mic is back.
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you everyone for joining us today. It's been an amazing year and even a better 2026. I just want to say from everyone at HoaQ, at Borderless, we want to say a very big thank you to the community, those who have joined us since the beginning of 2025. We hope to see you next year, and we hope to, for those who have not done any deals yet, we hope to be the facilitators of your first angel check. And thank you everyone. Please don't forget to follow us on our socials so that you can receive the annual report.